Hi, this is Kerry Artek with Wicked Stocks, bringing you your daily NVIDIA report for Monday, March 10th, 2025. Let's take a look at the charts. We tested last Friday, 107.78. It was lower last week. The weekly chart, 107.78. The daily chart is 107.31. Do I have an example of that? I do right here. So we were using the daily chart because it's a little lower. Now, 107.31 can still contain selling. Yes. Through April, really, or at least into April, I do see now the likelihood for a 3 to 5 week pop to the upside into the low 140s. This is a new descending channel structure, very similar to the one we've been showing now, for the last month or so at 136.22, but takes into account a different set of lows, the more recent lows, and I like this as sort of the last threshold to sell in anticipation of possible bearish rotation back into the 107 handle again over the following 3 to 5 weeks. We could fill this wedge out for the next couple of months quite easily, and it would be a settlement above 140.87 that would tell us we're no longer at risk of falling back into the low 100s, but should continue onward and upward into the 160s pretty quickly and ultimately into the 170s. So there's that. So let's get to the day itself. I'm going to jump to this chart here. 115.91 is our upward pivot point through the rest of the week. Now, I do say that 1 to 2 week swing traders can buy 107.31, anticipating 124.97, which is a 3/8 upside Fibonacci from the January high against last Friday's low. In terms of reaching 124.97 this week, it would come with a settlement today above 115.91. Simple descending channel structure that can contain today's highs, and we can fall back within a day or two to 107.31. So if you're looking for a 1 to 2 day trade, swing trade, it is buying 107.31, selling 115.91 carefully. The market is primed now for recovery after having tested this 107.31 long-term channel bottom. And so closing above 115.91 is your green light on strength, is your buy signal on strength. You're either bottom picking weakness at 107.31 or you're buying a settlement above 115.91. Then expecting within 3 to 5 days 124.97 and possibly within 2 to 3 weeks this low 140s meaningful resistance on the daily chart that we find on the weekly chart at 140.87. So once again, you're long above 107.31, and if you're not yet, you're long with a settlement today above 115.91. 124.97, a 3 to 5 day target. I've got 130.35 as a 50% retracement. That would be a 1 to 2 week objective, et cetera, on the way up into the low 140s. The low 140s considered a realistic 3 to 5 week objective now anyway, above 107.31. And if we close today above 115.91, that underscores that idea, and we should then see continued gains into later week and really through the rest of March. Let's take a look at the downside. We still have 104.40. I still am keeping this as a range. With present volatility, we could break 107.31, tag 104.40, and close the day at or above 107.31. So it is a bit of a range. As we continue into later week, I'll sort of uncouple the two and perhaps make 104.40 kind of a session containment or intraday support. Bottom line though, it would be a weekly settlement Friday below 107.78. And that is, I've got 107.31. We're going to fine tune these levels. I've got 106.12 right now, says 1% below 107.20. This comes into play later in the week, and we will definitely be addressing it, that if we close below 107.78, this weekly channel bottom, by a full 1% margin, that would take us down to 106.62, is that right? 61, something like that. If we close below the 107.78 formation, let's just keep it simple. 76.89 becomes the next 1 to 2 month target. This could be within 3 to 5 weeks or sooner if it is more of a collapse type of sell-off. And we've got the rounding top to go with it. So yeah, closing below 107.78 at the end of the week, expect 76.89 within probably 3 to 5 weeks where we could place an annual low. But on an intra-week basis, Don't forget 104.40. I think that is our sell signal. If you want, how do I put this? If you want to play the sell signal down to 76.89 on an intra-week basis, like during the week, that would come with a settlement below 104.40. And then I think you've got a clear shot for 90.69 possibly by Friday's close, so forth and so on, into what is now 76.89. So if it's like a Monday through Thursday sell signal that you want to take advantage of, anticipating lower trade as we move into April, into the upper 70s, that would come with a settlement any day this week below 104.40. Until then, this is a range that you can buy into, expecting the low 140s and descending over the next 3 to 5 weeks or so. You know, I just want to point out that last week, Wicked Stocks put out 2 stock picks, one on Taiwan Semiconductor, the other on Oracle. You can see them all for free by going to wickedstocks.com and taking advantage of our 5-day free trial, where you'll also see weekly Apple stock analysis. We've been nailing that stock pretty well for the last few months. Also, daily Triple Q, daily SPY, weekly S&P 500, and weekly NASDAQ 100. You could all see every bit of it for 5 days free by going to wickedstocks.com and taking advantage of our 5-day free trial. We also have 2 stock picks coming out this week that you'll be able to see by taking advantage of that 5-day free trial. I'm going to leave it at that. I'll be back tomorrow, of course, with Tuesday's NVIDIA report. You have a fabulous day.